One of the great joys for me this year as the president of ICF is to be able to select someone to receive the President's Award for their great contributions to the coaching profession and to ICF itself. And I say it's a great joy, but it's also posed a great dilemma for me. And the dilemma is there are just so many people within ICF who would qualify for this award. And so what I'd like to ask you to consider is that the people I've chosen this year are really representatives of all of you who have done and continue to do just great work. The people I have chosen for this year's President's Award are an ICF couple. They're Peter Gorilov and Irina Gorilova, founders of the ICF Bulgaria chapter. Going to embarrass you too much. Just stand here for a moment. So, I could stand here and tell you about all the incredible things that these people have done this past year with their chapter in Bulgaria, including master classes and a website. What I'd like to do, though, is read to you excerpts from an email that Peter sent to me at my request to give me some background on the history of what they've done in Bulgaria. So I hope I don't embarrass you too much, the two of you. But and if there's a dry eye in the audience after hearing this, I'd be really surprised. What Peter wrote was that we established our company in 2006, and it was the first coaching company in Bulgaria, where coaching was completely unknown, and it felt like a lonely planet. The only thing that kept us going was that through clients, we realized the power and impact one person can have. We decided to organize the first coaching conference in Bulgaria and invited Tim Galway. Tim Galway inspired us a lot. When we asked him what is the limit of the audience in front of which he could speak, he answered, "No limit." And that became like a mantra for us. Yet the crisis hit in the winter of 2008, and the companies froze all event sponsorships. The conference did not happen. As a result, we almost broke our own company, and it took some time to come back to business and to our senses. It took Irina a bit to overcome the fear, and she's actually quite a brave person. After all this, it dawned on us that actually there was no coaching knowledge in Bulgaria, and the vast majority of people calling themselves coaches actually were not certified. After collecting this awareness about the status of coaching in Bulgaria, it became obvious we needed to start from scratch by focusing on building an excellent core of ICF Bulgaria, the ICF identity. In 2010, there were only 4 certified coaches in Bulgaria, and one of them was not even practicing. We went back to work on the foundations of ICF Bulgaria, then the website, the series of master classes. It's just that we both do things wholeheartedly, and that takes time and energy. Reflecting back, the only thing that kept us going was that we were sowing the seeds now, and this would determine what the fruits we would gather in 5 to 10 years' time. And those coaching seeds will impact business, education, government, and families. So feeling how important this is, we often acted in a totally irrational and inexplicable ways, but it was somehow far greater than us, and we simply could not do it. Could not do it. For us, the last 5 years of our company and the last 3 years of ICF were like walking on tightrope. The only thing that kept us going was that vision, the inspiration of our clients, and faith that this is the right thing to do no matter what. So, folks, let's honor Peter and Irina for their incredible work. Would you like to say a few words?
Thank you, guys. It's such an amazing opportunity. It's such a humbling experience to be in front of you. Thank you, Ed, for reading these words. That was a total surprise for us. And all this reminded me of a few moments of my life and of our life. And I just wanted to share with you them. 2 weeks ago, we were in the U.S. Embassy going for a visa. And that reminded us about something very interesting, that the Berlin Wall fell more than 20 years ago. But we understood that some parts of the Berlin Wall from the communism was in our minds and in our hearts. And all these years, it was melting somehow. And for the first time, I became very, very grateful for the Berlin Wall and the communism history, because it taught us the wisdom that one voice matters, that every person matters, and we cannot suppress human spirit, and it matters. And it's really what sparkles our eyes. And I'm very grateful for this gift, and I'm very grateful, and you can imagine when 5 years ago, when I read the title of Stephen Covey's book, Find Your Voice, and inspire others to find their voice, what it was to me. And then I was so thrilled by this that I went to go for coaching and decided to study coaching 100%. And I sold my home, I sold everything, and I said, that's very important. And if I really need to deal with the mind, heart, and soul of the people and of the organization, I really need to be prepared somehow. And after I came back in my country, after learning in the States, it was very interesting because I was in the nowhere and I didn't know where to start from. So my commitment was just to continue to be 100% and just to make one step at a time. And something started to emerge at that time. Clients started to emerge. ICF started to emerge. Irina emerged. And then the second lesson was for me from my life and from our life was that we wanted so much to do something for ICF, and it was so inspirational that we could imagine and we could envision that in 10, 20 and more years actually supporting and serving ICF. We will not just serve ICF, but we serve also our bigger society, our government, our business, our education and our health, because all we know that we are doing lots of work there. And we imagine that this is the true sustainable change that can happen in our society. So we were wondering all the time how we can be role models of 100%, putting 100% of our soul into what we do. So that was what taught us this moment. However, as Ed said, we wanted to start big, but we understood that big visions, we need to start very small, in small steps. And what happened was also the great video conferences this year. We collected in one room CEOs, HRs, coaches, consultants, trainers, everyone. And there were guest coaches from all around the world through video, from Australia, Karen, from US, Ed, Diane, from UK, Abudi Shabi, Neil Scotton. And it was great to see all stakeholders in one room, even in virtual meeting. And however, physically, the Bulgarians were like in one hall. And that taught us another lesson about the small steps, and another lesson about the interconnectedness of our world. Because in coaching demonstration, we talked one language, the language of ICF competencies. And through the ICF competencies and the character of the people from Bulgaria have been coached. And being coached, we understood that a person from abroad really can do something for a person locally, and coaching helps us to talk this one language. And ICF, through its competencies, helps us to do this. And that was, you can imagine how transformation was this for us. And even after every 2-hour video conference, I needed 3 days to recover just to integrate this awareness that we are interconnected. And that was a great lesson for me. And now what comes to me is also how important is every voice in Bulgaria, every voice around the world. And just I wanted to finish with one thing. With Irina, me personally, I don't understand and don't know anything about politics. But we were very thrilled and touched by one sentence of Obama. And we had lots of tears when we heard it. And it was also a guiding light in us. And it said, if one voice can change a room, it can change a city. And if it can change a city, it can change a country. And if it can change a country, it can change the world. And what touched me very deeply is that every one of us here, all professional coaches, we all know how a change in room can happen and how we can change a room. So that's such a thrilling to experience, to be in front of you, knowing how the world can be changed, being who we are and expressing our voice, which is so important. Thank you.
Peter, Irina. Let Irina speak. You want to say something? Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
I just could not say a word here. Thank you very much. I'm completely privileged to be here with you today and stand in front of you. It's a little bit intimidating to stand in front of so many coaches because you're completely transparent to everyone. But I just wanted to thank you very much, and I take this award and I accept it because, and I want to thank you all and to thank the pioneers who started ICF, who worked and toiled every day for ICF, and also for all of us who are in this coaching profession, so that we are now, with Peter, able to stand in front of you today. And just after 5 years after entering this profession, being able to stand here, and just 3 years after we started the ICF chapter in Bulgaria, to be able to stand here, this is actually because of all what you've done. And this is, I think, the award for everyone here in this room. And for me, fear was really the name of this game. And it was just constant fear, questioning every day. Is this really what I want to do? What's wrong with me? Why me? And all that. But in the end of the day, we were in the hardest moments. We were asking ourselves 2 questions: if this is the last day of our lives, is this what we want to do? This is one thing. And the other thing is, if not us, then who? And when? Next lifetime? Yeah, thank you.
Peter. Picture, baby.